The FX520 and the new model FX180 is equipped with a Weasler clutch. The short video will show how the clutch should be maintained so that you get good life from the clutch and ensure that the rest of your driveline components are protected from damage. It's highly recommended that if the clutch is not being used for approximately 60 days or more, the clutch should be inspected or tested to ensure the clutch is still functional. When doing the maintenance of the clutch or the drive lines, always make sure that the tracker has been turned off and the PTO has been disengaged. Inspection and maintenance will be easier if the clutch end of the drive line is disconnected. For the purpose of this video, we have removed the clutch from the drive line. The first part of this video will involve disassembly, maintenance, or rebuild and reassembly of the clutch. The procedure is to loosen the small perimeter bolts. When loosening these, you want to loosen them evenly all the way around the clutch so that there's no undue pressure on the spring plate as it's coming loose. These bolts will be tight until all the pressure is off. As the spring plate loosens, these bolts will become looser. As you can see, the nuts are held in the little pockets there. At this point, all of the bolts are loose and we can remove them by hand. Top ring will come off. This is the spring plate. The linings will come out. The separator plate will come out, both linings will be out. It's important at this point to check for any damage. This particular separator plate has some wear here, so it will need to be replaced. Spring plate looks to be okay. Linings, however, are quite dirty, and we'll measure them up. These linings are still proper thickness. If they come new at 3.2 millimeters. If they get to less than 2.5 millimeters, we recommend them to be replaced. Now, because these linings are quite dirty, you can attempt to clean them with a little bit of emery cloth. To get any excess dirt off of them. And then you can blow them off and you can reuse them if you wish. It's important though to make sure that these components are clean, that they're free of rust, and in order to clean them, you can take some brake cleaner never use any kind of a liquid or any kind on the linings. You can then take a wire brush and you can clean them a little bit, get some of the dirt out of the knurls. Because this plate's being replaced, we don't need to work on this one. It's important, however, that this is clean. You can also use a buffing wheel if you wish. Always make sure you wear a shield. This looks pretty good. Just take a little bit of emery cloth to remove some of this. Making sure there's no edges, raised edges along here, and you'll be okay. This particular part has also been buffed up. You can see that it's fairly smooth. We have a little bit over here to remove. Put a little brake cleaner on it. And make sure it's dry. Never use any oil-based products when cleaning the clutch, because this will contaminate the linings eventually and it will cause your clutch to function improperly. We're now ready to reassemble the clutch. While you have it out, take a feel of the yoke here and see if there's much play in it. This one's pretty good. If it's worn at all, replace it. So to reassemble the clutch, we'll drop a lining in. We'll put the new separator plate in, and you can see the knurls on this one compared to this one. The knurls are still there, but this is quite worn along the edges, and that's just going to cause problems. So drop the separator plate in, put the second clutch in, put the compression plate in, make sure that the notches line up there. The spring, it's very important to put the spring in properly. It's a beveled spring. Make sure that the inside of the spring makes contact with your compression plate. Never install like this. Always install like this. Now put the pressure plate on. And we'll reinstall the bolts. Okay, now we've installed the bolts. Now it's important to tighten them up evenly as you go around the clutch. This will take a couple of minutes. I want to make sure that the spring is pulled down evenly as you go. I'm going to tighten it down until the pressure plate makes contact with the housing. Now, take a torque wrench, set it at 30 foot-pounds, and you just want to tighten these up to make sure they're all at 30 foot-pounds.